Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the Kreeger Cast. I'm your host, Patrick Kreeger, and today I'll be taking you on a tour of Santa's Village. I was inspired to go on this trip by two things. One, a video by Expedition Extinct, and two, by a video by Defunctland. These are two fantastic theme park historians on YouTube, and if you're into theme park history, it's definitely worth a watch to go and check out their channels. So my friends Daryl and Stephanie and I decided to go to this park since it was in our neighborhood. You will know them from the previous podcasts. One of the things that first hit me when we entered this park is how well kept it is. This theme park had been abandoned for almost 10 years, and it's amazing what they've done to restore this entire place to a completely workable state. Everything seems well kept and freshly painted, and it's really rather a delight to see this historic theme park in a fresh coat of paint. One thing that wasn't so pleasant, though, is the price. We were expecting it to cost us about $35 a person to get in. However, it cost us $68 a person to get in, plus parking. So that was rather steep, and we were kind of shocked. But we were told that that is only because it is the Christmas season, and that the rest of the time it is considerably cheaper. However, you desperately do want to go to it during the Christmas time because it is a Christmas theme park. But if you have kids, it's probably worth the $68, but we were 3 adults, and so that was a little steep for us for what they offered for adults who are not into, like, sports, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I grabbed myself a penny because I collect pennies, and then we went into the gift shop. The gift shop is an example of something rather interesting, though, that even though the price is rather steep to get in, the prices of the things once you're in the theme park are reasonable. They have handmade, hand-blown, hand-painted Polish glass ornaments, and if you know anything about those are rather expensive. And they're custom to the theme park. For example, they have their little mascot, which is a husky, they also have their mushrooms, and they have their, like, gingerbread bakery. Those range between $20 and $48, and that's a steal for that style of ornament if that's something you so desire. And, of course, since it was after Christmas, everything that was Christmas-themed was on sale except for their custom ornaments. So, bear that in mind, that the prices of the stuff in the gift shop was rather reasonable. Another thing that was rather reasonable about this place is the cost of food, which you think theme parks, you think overpriced food. But I had heard amazing things about this barbecue restaurant, and so we decided to go and give it a try. The theming in this place is just fantastic. If you look around, there's just beautiful little nooks and crannies, and everything is so detailed, and you'll be seeing a lot of that throughout the video. We stopped at this restaurant, and I got myself my standard Coke and water, and this is my mug's first outing to something special rather than just a mall. This is to a theme park. As is tradition on this channel, I will be showing you the menu and the prices thereon. I got myself the prime rib dinner for $20. I thought that was pretty reasonable, and even the cutlery is Christmas themed. I also got myself a bowl of the roasted red pepper soup, and I have to tell you, it was so smoky and so cheesy. It was just absolutely fantastic, and if it's available when you go there, do get it. The prime rib I thought was fantastic, a little lacking of salt, but that's just my preference. You can always add that. The stuffing and veggies, however, were fantastic as well. Now, one thing you should know about this theme park, if you've seen the Expedition Unknown and Defunctland videos, is that this is home to the world's first monorail, and the track just is intertwined throughout the entire park, and I'll be showing that throughout the video. We also made a stop at Kris Kringle's coffee shop, and I hate to disparage anyone, but I personally found their latte lacking. I very rarely can't finish a cup of coffee, and unfortunately this time I ended up leaving about half of it in my glass. However, my friends decided to get their hot chocolate, and both of them thought it was fantastic, particularly their Santa-themed hot chocolate that included real peanut butter mixed in. So avoid the latte, grab yourself a hot chocolate. After all, it is always Christmas at Santa's Village, and enjoy that cup of hot cocoa, no matter how caloric it may be. But back to that monorail. One of the things is kind of cool about this monorail is that they're going to be reopening it next year, or so they claim, and they'll have it be pedal powered. And that's one of the things I'm going to be bringing back up at this point, is that it is a high adventure sort of place. They have BMX riding, they have rock climbing, they have all sorts of fantastic things if you're an outdoorsy physical sort. However, let's get into that bakery. I love that they fully restored this bakery. If you've seen the other videos, you'll see how run down it had been in the past, and they preserved it, and I just think that's so beautiful because it is a unique building to Santa's Village. They also have some rather unique desserts here, including a ginger doodle, which we'll get back to in a moment, but I needed to show you this cool little chalk drawing because of this little guy down here. I just thought that was cute, the way he's dangling on. So, back to that ginger doodle. The ginger doodle is like a snickerdoodle, but ginger flavored. And I don't really know how else to describe it to you other than it's definitely worth getting, and it's definitely worth getting hot if you can. This is that cookie, and it is just fantastic. I got mine nice and hot because the woman behind the counter didn't have any, so she made one special for me, and it was worth it. But look at how cool this monorail is. It's an overhead monorail, which is interesting, and you'll notice that here is one of its cars. They have these cars scattered throughout the entire theme park, and you can sit in a few of them. That's pretty cool. You will notice also BMX riders going by in the background. Because again, this is an area for adventurous sorts who love to do their sports. They even have a 5K marathon, or 5K race throughout this theme park, and I think that's rather interesting. They also had a full-sized Caterpillar dump truck, and yes, you can get a little tiny version of it with Santa Claus driving it in the gift shop. And I just find these kind of weird, like, Christmas-themed things, like these holly bushes, and sports-themed things kind of meshing weirdly, but they seem to manage it. They have a fantastic venue, including a church, as well as an area that looks like it would be perfect for holding parties. Now, this, we didn't know what it was at the time, but it turns out to be that area where they used to do the sleigh rides with the real caribou, which is pretty cool. Now it's a dry luge / like little ATV utility vehicle path. And here's that marker for that 5K that I was telling you about. So all in all, it seems like a fantastic facility that's really got a lot going for it, including a full-sized ice skating rink that they were resurfacing while we were there, but there were plenty of people who were excited to ride it. And they got a fake train. Cool? You know, I don't know if the train cost anymore, but most of the stuff didn't cost more once you were in. At least, I don't think so. I didn't get to use any of these sports equipment, but I would hope it wouldn't cost too much more to use it. But again, that monorail is just really cool. You could see back there was a little bit of teal showing through, teal being the original color. So after this, we went to Big Bear Lake City to give the Copper Q a try because I needed a quality latte after this day, and the Copper Q is my favorite latte on the mountain. And then we took a nice winter's walk to see the lights down Main Street in Big Bear Lake City, and we stopped by a gem shop, which there's actually a rather fantastic crystal shop if you're into that woo stuff, which I'm not, but I really do like the crystals and stuff like that. Anyway, until next time, dear listener, see you out there.